Will your home be underwater by Saturday morning? Because right now, meteorological models are tracking something that could dump up to 400 millimetres of rain on parts of Queensland in just 72 hours. That is not a drill. Severe thunderstorms are forming as we speak. Brisbane, you have less than 24 hours before the first cells hit. And if you live between Toowoomba and the Gold Coast, what is coming tomorrow night could be the heaviest rainfall event you have seen in months. Here is what you need to know in the next 30 seconds. Thunderstorms begin hitting Western Queensland tonight. Tomorrow afternoon, severe storms develop across central Queensland. Tomorrow night at approximately 10 p.m, multiple storm cells push into Brisbane and the Gold Coast simultaneously. This weekend, a secondary system brings another wave of heavy rain. And by early next week, a tropical low near Townsville could deliver catastrophic rainfall to central Queensland. But here is the critical detail most forecasts are missing. Between Friday night and Sunday morning, there is an isolated risk of rainfall exceeding 350 millimetres in specific catchment areas. The Ivanhoe outlook, Somerset Dam region and Lockyer Valley are in the direct firing line. These are the exact same areas that experienced devastating floods in previous years. Let me be crystal clear about timing because this is urgent information. Right now, it is Wednesday afternoon. Within the next 2 to 3 hours, thunderstorms will ignite around Mount Isa, extending down to Windora. These storms will intensify throughout the evening and spread east toward Charleville and potentially Roma throughout tonight. Expect frequent lightning and localised heavy rainfall in these western areas. Thursday morning starts dry for Brisbane and southeast Queensland, but that is deceptive. By midday Thursday, humidity climbs rapidly and temperatures push into the low to mid-30s Celsius. The atmosphere will be loading with moisture from the Pacific Ocean. You will feel that sticky, oppressive heat that signals storms are coming. At approximately 2 p.m. Thursday, a surface trough currently sitting over Western Queensland will push rapidly eastward. This trough will drag massive amounts of moisture inland. As it moves through, thunderstorms will explode across central Queensland, the Western Downs and the Maranoa region. This is where the severe weather begins in earnest. These pulse-severe thunderstorms mean several specific threats. Localised torrential rainfall with rates potentially exceeding 100 millimetres per hour in the heaviest cells. Damaging wind gusts potentially exceeding 90 kilometres per hour that can bring down trees and power lines. Dangerous lightning activity with very frequent strikes. Large hail is also possible in the stronger cells, though this is less likely given the moisture-rich environment. Charleville, Roma, Dalby, Chinchilla and north to Claremont and Maramba, you are all in the firing line for Thursday afternoon. If you are travelling in these areas, monitor radar closely and be prepared to take shelter. But the most significant event starts Thursday evening. Around 6 p.m, a southeasterly change will push up from northern New South Wales, clashing with the hot, humid air mass over southeast Queensland. When cold air meets warm moisture-loaded air, thunderstorms intensify dramatically. Around 8 p.m. Thursday, the first severe cells develop around Toowoomba and Warwick. Forecast models show multicellular cluster thunderstorms, multiple powerful storm cells all grouped together, all producing heavy rain simultaneously over the same areas. By 10 p.m. Thursday night, these storm clusters push into Brisbane, Gold Coast, Ipswich, Logan, the Scenic Rim and northeastern New South Wales. This is when serious rainfall begins, when you get multiple cells training over the same location. Rainfall accumulations skyrocket. The Access Forecast model shows potential for 150 millimetres in isolated locations just from Thursday night alone. On Friday, that surface trough stalls along the southeast Queensland coast, acting like a rainfall generator. Friday will see wave after wave of showers and embedded thunderstorms moving onshore. Persistent rain with breaks, then another band of heavy showers. This pattern continues throughout Friday into Saturday morning. Current forecast models show Brisbane receiving a guaranteed 100 millimetres between Thursday night and Saturday morning. The Gold Coast looks at similar totals. The Scenic Rim could see between 100 and 200 millimetres. The Sunshine Coast, particularly south of Noosa around Malini and Caloundra, is also in line for triple-digit rainfall totals approaching 200 millimetres. Basically, everywhere between Tin Can Bay and the New South Wales border is looking at significant rainfall. Now, comment below and tell me where you live because I want to give you specific forecast details for your exact area. Are you in Brisbane, North Side, South Side, Ipswich, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast? Drop your location in the comments and I will give you precise timing for your suburb. Multiple forecast models are showing remarkable agreement. The GFS model, European model, Access model, all converging on similar rainfall totals for southeast Queensland. When models agree like this, confidence levels jump significantly. But there is a wildcard factor. Given current sea surface temperatures, dew point readings and moisture in the atmosphere, there is a real risk of isolated areas receiving far heavier rainfall than the base forecast suggests. The high-risk zone includes Lockyer Valley, Wivenhoe Outlook and Somerset Dam area extending north toward Gympie. This region could potentially see convergent zones develop and rainfall can become extreme. What do I mean by extreme? The isolated potential for 250 to 400 millimetres. That would cause significant flash flooding, river flooding, and some areas could become completely cut off. This is not guaranteed, but the atmospheric conditions support this possibility. If you live in these areas, Friday night into Sunday morning is your critical window. A flood watch has already been issued across southeast Queensland. This is serious. Saturday morning, you will wake up to soggy conditions. The heaviest rain should ease by Saturday afternoon for Brisbane and the Gold Coast, but showers linger. Sunday will still see some light rain, but the main event will be over for the southeast. However, while southeast Queensland is drying out, another potentially catastrophic situation is developing further north. There is currently a tropical low sitting offshore from the North Queensland coast in the Coral Sea. Wind shear has been tearing this system apart, so it will not develop into a cyclone. But this low is not going away. It will meander around the Coral Sea through Thursday and Friday, then start drifting south over the weekend. As it moves south, it will interact with the monsoon trough, strengthening much further south than usual. This creates a significant rainfall generator for central Queensland. The target zone is between Townsville and Mackay. Coastal areas around Townsville, Eyre, Ingham, down to Mackay and the Pioneer Valley are all at risk for extreme rainfall late this weekend into early next week. Forecast models show potential for 200 to 300 millimetres. Some artificial intelligence enhanced models suggest up to 500 millimetres in isolated catchments. The Burdekin region, Proserpine and Pioneer River catchments are already saturated. They do not need another deluge. For residents between Townsville and Mackay, your critical period is Saturday night through Wednesday. This will be a prolonged rainfall event. Days of persistent heavy rain. If you are in Townsville, Eyre, Home Hill, Bowen, Proserpine or Mackay, start preparing now. Clear gutters, check drainage, move vehicles to high ground, stock up on essentials because roads may be cut. But there is more. Another moisture surge is building for Cape York Peninsula and northwestern Queensland, hitting around the 20th of February. Current models suggest another 200 to 250 millimetres for these regions. Places like Waipa, Lockhart River, Coanyama, Normanton and Karumba are looking at potential flooding. Northwestern Queensland cannot handle this much rain. Cattle stations will be inundated, roads impassable, and some communities could be isolated for weeks. This is developing into a multi-week rainfall event affecting different parts of Queensland in waves. Here is your complete timeline, and this is critical information. Wednesday night tonight, storms develop in Western Queensland from Mount Isa extending down to Windora. These storms will intensify throughout the overnight hours. Thursday daytime, storms spread east to Charleville and Roma, then move through central Queensland and the Maranoa region. Expect scattered severe thunderstorms from midday onwards. Thursday 6 p.m, initial storm development around Toowoomba and Warwick as the southeasterly change pushes north. Thursday 10 p.m, severe thunderstorms hit Brisbane, Gold Coast, Ipswich, Scenic Rim and southern Sunshine Coast. This is the main event for southeast Queensland. Friday all day, persistent showers and embedded thunderstorms continue across southeast Queensland. Wave after wave of rain bands moving on shore. Saturday morning, heaviest rain easing for southeast Queensland, but still showery conditions. Some lingering showers through the afternoon. Saturday night through Tuesday, heavy rain develops from Townsville down to Mackay as the tropical low drifts south and interacts with the monsoon trough. Next week, around February 20th, heavy rain hits Cape York Peninsula and northwestern Queensland. This will be another multi-day event. Now, let me give you a quick forecast for other major cities and towns. Cairns and the far north, you are looking relatively dry through the next few days, but keep watching that tropical low over the weekend. If it tracks closer to the coast than current forecasts suggest, you could see impacts. Rockhampton, you are on the southern fringe of the tropical low impacts. Sunday and Monday could bring decent rainfall, potentially 50 to 100 millimetres. Not in the highest risk zone, but still noteworthy. Bundaberg and the Fraser Coast, including Hervey Bay and Maryborough, you will get some of the southeast Queensland rainfall spillover on Friday and Saturday, likely 50 to 80 millimetres. Beneficial rain without being dangerous. Inland areas like Longreach, Barcaldine and Emerald, you will see scattered storms Thursday and Friday, but totals will be much lower, probably 20 to 50 millimetres in most locations. Mount Isa and the far west, you are getting storms tonight and tomorrow, 50 to 80 millimetres possible with isolated higher amounts in the strongest cells. Gladstone, you are in an interesting position. Thursday night, you might catch the southern edge of the southeast Queensland activity for 20 to 40 millimetres. Then Sunday and Monday, you could see another 50 to 80 millimetres as the tropical low system approaches. What you need to do right now depends on where you live. Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, Toowoomba residents, clear your gutters today. Blocked gutters cause water damage to homes. Charge all devices now while you have power. Fill your car with fuel. Make sure you have batteries, torches, and enough food for 3 days. Secure outdoor furniture, pot plants, trampolines, anything that could become a projectile in strong winds. Trim dangerous tree branches. Thursday evening, stay home. Cancel evening plans. Never drive through flooded roads. Townsville to Mackay residents, you have until Saturday to prepare. This is more serious because you face days of continuous heavy rain. Stock up on a week of supplies, including food, water and medications. Check generators and fuel supplies. Know your evacuation routes. Monitor river levels through the Bureau of Meteorology. If authorities issue evacuation orders, leave immediately. Do not wait. Cape York and northwestern Queensland, start preparing now. Road access could be cut by this weekend. Have supplies to last 2 to 3 weeks. This is critical for remote properties. Farmers and graziers, move stock to high ground immediately. Check water infrastructure, secure equipment, clear drains and culverts. This has significant agricultural impact potential. Aviation impacts will be significant. Expect major delays Thursday night through Saturday for Brisbane and Gold Coast airports. Townsville and Mackay airports may face issues Sunday through Wednesday. Check with your airline before travelling. Critical storm safety. If you see water over a road, never drive through it. 60 centimetres of moving water can float a car. People die every year thinking they can make it through. Turn around. If caught in a severe thunderstorm while driving, pull over safely away from trees and wait. Turn on hazard lights. Stay in your car. If power goes out, never use generators indoors. Carbon monoxide poisoning kills people during storms. Keep generators outside, at least 3 metres from windows and doors. The most intense period for southeast Queensland is Thursday, 10 p.m. through Friday evening. That 36-hour window is your danger period. Peak rainfall rates occur during this time. For central Queensland around Townsville and Mackay, Saturday night through Tuesday afternoon is your danger window. Extended duration increases major river flooding risk. Comment your suburb or town right now. Tell me your exact location and I will give you specific timing for when the worst weather hits your area. The more specific you are with your location, the more detailed and accurate your personalised forecast will be. Are you in Brisbane north, south, western suburbs? Let me know. This is not something to take lightly. We are looking at a multi-day, multi-location severe weather event impacting millions of Queenslanders. Properties will be damaged, roads will flood, power will be lost in many areas. But if you prepare now, understand the timing and make smart decisions, you and your family will get through this safely. The good news is this rain is desperately needed across many regions. Brisbane water storages will benefit significantly from this inflow. Farmers have been crying out for rain after dry conditions. This will green up pastures and fill farm dams. The environmental benefits will be substantial for waterways and ecosystems. The challenge is getting the beneficial rain without the destructive flooding. That is the delicate balance we are hoping to achieve. Most areas should handle this rainfall well given current catchment levels. It is only the specific high-risk zones in Lockyer Valley and Somerset for southeast Queensland and Burdekin and Pioneer Valleys for central Queensland where we could see serious flooding problems develop. One more critical piece of information. Forecast models update every 6 hours with new data. The late night forecast runs Thursday night will be absolutely crucial for refining predictions. By Thursday evening, we will have much better data on exactly where the heaviest rainfall will concentrate. I will be updating throughout this entire event with the latest forecast information as it becomes available. So make sure you are following closely for updates. This is not a one and done forecast situation. This is a rapidly evolving weather event requiring constant monitoring and updates. Conditions can change, rainfall totals can shift, timing can adjust. Stay informed. Comment your location below right now. Tell me where you are in Queensland or northern New South Wales. Let me know if you are prepared or if you have specific questions about your area. I am reading every single comment and I will get you the critical information you need to stay safe. Remember these key times. Thursday night, 10 p.m. for Brisbane and Gold Coast. That is when your severe weather begins. Saturday night for Townsville and Mackay. That is when your prolonged heavy rain starts. Next week, around the 20th, for Cape York and northwestern Queensland. Mark those times in your calendar. Prepare accordingly. Have your emergency kit ready. Know your plans.